Let's get it. What is going on? You know, the freaking odds. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's freaking go. Let's get it. What is going on? Happy Wednesday. You know the vibes. We are back. It's your boy. Let's freaking get it. Let's go. You know the vibes. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to hop right into it today. Not wasting any freaking time. We're going to get started for today's episode in 3, 2, 1. What is going on, squad? Welcome back to another episode of the Shift Your Mind, Change Your Life podcast. It's your boy, Coach Sal. Let's get it. In today's episode, I'm specifically talking to my freaking ladies, and I wanted to address the concept of lifting weights. This is something that I see frequently. I get this all the time. Sal, I don't want to look bulky. I am scared to lift heavy. But here is the thing. News flash, okay? Especially for my women. Please hear me when I say this. Lifting weights is the answer to creating the body that you want. I'm going to say that again, louder. I'm going to say it again. Lifting weights is the answer. You will not get bulky. You probably couldn't do that if you tried. So the answer to actually toning up, slimming your waist, and growing your glutes is to lift some heavy-ass weight. Say that again. Heavy-ass weight. Getting bulky is a misconception. It is a myth. The thing is, you probably could not do that if you tried. Why? Because nutrition, training, everything that we talk about here on this podcast needs to be done in a strategic manner to get the certain results that you want, which is why I believe in coaching and the process of working with my clients to do the things that they need to be doing to continuously move the needle forward. Does that make sense? Let's get into this. This is the answer. Ladies, if you want to lose weight, if you want to tone up, slim your waist, grow your glutes, you have to lift heavy-ass weight. And then, in alliance with that, have your nutrition right next to it, alongside of it, and doing strategic things with that as well. Unless you're taking like anabolic steroids and you have a coach who's trying to make you look a certain way, you're not going to get bulky, right? All right, we have a question here live. What's the next step after you put on the amount of muscle mass that you're looking for? This is actually coming from one of my rockstar clients, Kim, and that's a great question. Then you could transition to more of a lean cut phase. That would be something looking like you're decreasing your calories a little bit. You're in a slight deficit to make sure that you're retaining the muscle mass while also leaning out as well. And in order to do that, I've seen this from my coach with my prep as well, is to keep your protein intake really high, but cut the calories just a little bit, maybe 100, 150 calorie deficit, nothing crazy. You want to keep that protein high and pull a little bit from the carbs and fats, maybe increasing the amount of energy that you are expending on a daily basis. So simply put, Kim, and for everybody else who's listening to this on the replay, just increase your step count. You can increase your step count and increase the total daily energy expenditure, which is the amount of calories that you're burning throughout the day. If you're burning more calories, you're consuming adequate protein, and you're lifting heavy, quality sleep, and reducing stress, over time, you're going to continuously move the needle. So that way, if you have the mass that you're looking for, it sounds like we might be ready for a cut, and we're going to have to talk about that. But that's a different topic for another day. I'm really just trying to hammer home the concept that lifting is the answer. Why? Because you will not only burn more calories, but at the same time, you're simultaneously sculpting and toning your body in the right direction more so than these Orange Theory, Peloton, because that's really popular right now. It's trendy. Orange Theory, Peloton, these high-intensity interval training sessions, which I'm not hating on, but specifically, we're talking about sculpting and toning your body, right? Slimming your waist, adding inches on your glutes for my ladies. This is the focus. And if you're just riding the Peloton all the time, I hate to break it to you, but how could you possibly send the right stimulus to your glutes to create the growth that you want and get the results that you want? Like, logically thinking about that, it doesn't add up. Yes, cardio is a tool. I'm not saying it isn't useful, but when you combine strategic cardio with strategic lifting and proper nutrition, that is where it is. You will burn more calories lifting weights, which is actually going to help increase your metabolism, right? Because you think of your body as a car, food is the fuel. We say this all the time. The metabolism is the be-all, end-all when it comes to losing weight, gaining muscle, and getting good results. So if we could increase our metabolism, which is basically just making sure that everything is moving properly, right? You think of that metabolism as a fire, and you're continuously adding the right things to make sure it's moving into the right way. That's going to help you continuously lose weight. The more that you move, you're increasing your resting metabolic rate, which is the amount of calories that you're burning at rest. So if you could burn more calories at rest and you're dialing in with your food and your sleep and you're getting adequate strength training, why aren't you going to see results? The problem that I see often is consistency and doing the right things. That is what it is. Does that make sense? Kim, does that answer your question? I'm trying to record this episode at the same time, but I appreciate tuning in. Hop on those hip thrusts, right, ladies. You know the freaking vibes. You know the vibes. Okay, let's keep this running. Lifting weights will not make you bulky. It will help you burn more calories than running. Like, let's think of this from a logical standpoint. You go for a couple mile run, maybe you'd be lucky to burn 200-300 calories. And this is another point too. Your Apple Watch is not 100% accurate. It's not 100% accurate. So you can't be relying on just running all the time. Because yes, you may burn calories, but how is that sculpting your body? It's not. This is what I'm trying to get across. So when you go into the gym and you're lifting heavy ass weight and you're forcing your muscles to adapt to the stimulus that you're sending it, not only are you going to burn more calories, you're going to strengthen your bones and help increase your metabolism over time by doing that, increasing your resting metabolic rate, burning more calories, adequate protein. That's going to get you the results that you want. Let that sink in for a second. That will create the body that you want. Slimming your waist, toning your abs, growing your glutes, not running all the time, not doing Peloton and Orange Theory. I think Orange Theory has some weightlifting stuff. Again, I'm not throwing shade. I'm just trying to put an emphasis that when you're doing certain things, you're going to get a certain result. So this is the concept to understand here. If you are continuously doing the same things, then how can you logically expect to get a different result? It doesn't make sense. So in order to create different change and get different results, you're going to have to do something different. And I actually I'm making a post about that right now. Like, ladies, get under the bar, lift some weight, push it, move the freaking weight. Don't be solely reliant on cardio. I know it's comfortable and easy to just go to the gym and ride the bike and maybe do the Stairmaster, but that is not going to do the things that you need to be doing. And that's what it is. And if I got to be the guy to call you out and push you a little bit, make sure that you're getting outside of your comfort zone, doing the things that you need to do, I know for a fact over time you're going to be thankful. Like all of my clients who geez, what the hell was that? Who consistently pull up and send me messages are like, yo, I'm seeing results. I'm feeling good. I'm looking the best I ever have. It's not a fucking secret. It's not an accident. I know for a fact that this is the fucking answer. I've done it for myself. I've done it for my clients. It is not rocket science. I know it could be pretty difficult to maybe come at it and not really understand what we're doing, which is why I fucking believe in the shit that we got going on. And another point too, like I love to call people out. Like I actually had a conversation with this kid at the gym this morning in the sauna talking about starting a rental car business. I wasn't going to talk about this, but the principle applies here. I think so oftentimes we complicate the process of trying to do things a certain way as opposed to detaching from what you think it's supposed to look like, admitting that you don't know it all, and then continuously seeking the guidance to get there. Yes, it may be difficult to swallow your pride a little bit and admit that what you're doing isn't working, but at the same time, if you are complacent, if you feel stuck, you have to change what you're doing. Okay, so let's summarize really quick. Lifting weights, ladies, is not going to make you bulky. It is the answer to toning up, slimming your waist, and growing your glutes. You couldn't get bulky even if you fucking tried. And the more that you lift, the stronger your bones are going to be, the better you're going to look and feel, energy, mood. And I talked about that yesterday too inside of my client group. I was talking about how when you work out, you're secreting dopamine, which is literally the hormone in your body where your brain sends the signal of euphoria, of literally feeling like, wow, I feel amazing right now. It's not an accident. It's actually scientifically fucking proven that when you work out, you're secreting dopamine, which actually makes you feel better. You ever notice like when you come out of the gym, you get a good sweat, you're like, man, I feel fucking good. That's not an accident. And this is another thing to understand as well. If you're doing tons of high intensity interval training, you're putting your body in a fight or flight state. And when your body is in that state, it's secreting cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And if you're consistently stressed over time, I've seen that could actually lead to insulin resistance, where the body is having a difficult time processing glucose, processing carbohydrates. That is how your liver breaks down rice, potatoes, oats. So if your cortisol is really fucking high, you're always stressed, over time, your body's not able to break down carbohydrates properly, which could lead to weight gain and a lot of other issues. This is something that we see frequently with women. This is something that we need to talk about. It's not okay. And most people aren't educated and are not willing to put themselves in scenarios to talk about this, which is why I view this as my responsibility. Right? Does that make sense? What do we think? Drop some fucking emojis if you're hearing me. Drop some comments if this is making sense for you. Okay, I want to wrap this up really quick. So, guys, that is it. That is all for today. I wanted to make sure that I came on here and spit the truth, because this is a frequent question, a frequent misconception that I see so often. And to be honest with you, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And if I have to be the guy to take a stand here and actually spit the facts that I know scientifically that this is what it is, and I've seen it happen for 100 people now that I've worked with, then why is it any different for you? So here is your invitation to let go of how you think it should be and lean into what actually works. And with that being said, if you have any questions, shoot me a freaking DM on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform you're digesting this on. If it's on the podcast, head over to my Instagram at Salfittorio. That's SALFITTORIO. And we can have a conversation. Shoot me a question. Shoot me a DM. It's always open. It's encouraged. That is it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Have the best day of your entire lives. Peace, love, and protein. And we'll see you in the next one. Let's get it. All right. Colton, let's scroll through TikTok. Are you a health teacher? You are smart on the subject. No, I am not a health teacher. I am a personal trainer. I'm a certified coach that helps women transform their bodies. Now, here's the thing. It's not that I don't work with dudes, because I have a lot of male clients as well. But what I've seen over time is that there's certain struggles that I really resonate with, that I used to struggle with, which is why I lean more towards the women, because it's really their mindset, their perspectives, you know, in the way that they're approaching certain things with training, cardio, nutrition, and mindset. And for a lot of the ways that they feel, it aligns with me, my past, and the things that I've struggled with, which is why I've leaned into more of an approach with women. But that doesn't mean that I don't coach males, because I do. I have a good amount of male clients as well, because I'm a guy and I know what it takes to build a quality physique. You guys have seen that with the show that I just did. But that is the reason why I work specifically with ladies. Let's see what else we got here. Any advice on getting back into working out and eating healthy after losing motivation for a while? Jess, that is a great question. And I'm going to answer it with a question. Why do you feel like you've lost motivation? Because I think that's the factor to focus on a little bit more. Because in order to really create some sustainable change, we have to look at your mindset and your perspective. Like, why are you feeling that way? You know, what do you feel like it is that is causing you to feel a lack of motivation? Because when you could really understand that and then break that down a little bit more, then I think over time that will allow you to dive into the things that you probably should be focusing on, right? So if you feel there's a certain reason that may be holding you back from doing that, then address that first. Jess, does that make sense? Let me scroll through, see if I have any other comments here. I appreciate the follow, Colton. Thank you. Matthew, what's going on? Opinion on calisthenics. I think they're great as far as like warm-ups, like jumping jacks, push-ups, that sort of thing. But I really am just a huge advocate for strength training, because you're going to burn a good amount of calories while building muscle and toning your body at the same time, while literally strengthening your bones. And like I mentioned before, increasing your metabolism, the amount of calories that you're burning on a day-to-day basis, helping increase your resting metabolic rate, like all these things. There's so many benefits for strength training. And again, I'm not hating on cardio. All I'm saying is that there's a time and place for it. It can't be the sole focus. And when you are continuously focused on the right things, over time, it's going to lead to the results that you want. Let's see. That makes sense. Thank you so much. Yeah. So Jess, I would just take some time and really like reflect and ask yourself like what it is that is bothering you as far as motivation. And honestly, I'll be transparent. Like motivation, inspiration is not something that you can rely on. What do I mean by that? Because motivation comes and goes. It's fleeting. The same thing with inspiration, excuse me. Because there's going to be a lot of days, a lot of times where you don't feel like doing the things that you need to. I personally struggle with that. So this is something that I talk about with my clients too, in my mindset as well, is understanding that if you only try to show up on the days that you feel like it, you're probably not going to make much progress. So here's the thing to really focus on is that you need to show up when you don't fucking feel like it. Regardless of how you feel. This morning, I didn't feel great. Did I want to hit snooze and lay in bed? Yeah, there's a lot of days I do feel that. But success doesn't give a fuck how you feel. Getting results doesn't discriminate on that. So you need to understand that you have to show up for yourself no matter what. And when you grasp the fact that, hey, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's forcing you. No one's knocking on your door and saying, hey, we got to come to the gym. Even if you had a trainer, they're not knocking on your door. Okay, you have to put the energy to go and meet them, right? So that's the thing is like I used to rely on motivation. I used to rely on inspiration to do the things that I needed to do. But in reality, you can't do that because it's fleeting. And if we only showed up on the days that you felt like it, you probably wouldn't make much progress. Jess, does that make sense? Does that help? Because I've seen that with myself, with past clients. When you're reliant on motivation, you're not going to want to do the shit that you have to do. And let's face it, more often than not, you don't feel like doing the shit that you have to do. So you have to take it upon yourself and look at it as your responsibility to show up no matter what. Regardless of how you feel, keep showing up. Because when you do that over time, that decision continuously stacks and compounds in the right direction. When you do that, over time, you will move the needle. But if you only show up when you feel like it, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be like, take the example of, whoever, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, like Zuckerberg, like all these people who are at a high level doing high things. Do you really think they only show up when they feel like it? Like, are they just going to call out and be like, sorry, guys. Sorry, Tesla. I don't feel like coming in today. I'm just going to stay home. Obviously not. But that's why they have the fucking result. Because no matter how they feel, they show the fuck up on the bad days when they're not 100%. That's the separation when it's followed over time. That's been one of the biggest unlocks for me in the last few years. Regardless, no matter what, relentlessly pursuing the fucking things that you have to do because that's your responsibility to show up for yourself. And when you do that over time and you keep the promises that you make, you will instill a higher level of confidence to your being. I talk a lot about morning routine, keeping the promises that you make to yourself. It's not even really about the task. It's more so about creating a bulletproof mindset to then show up with the right energy, integrity, and enthusiasm that you can feel right now as I'm speaking to you. Right now in this moment, as I'm on this live stream and I'm speaking to you guys, right? I am giving off certain energy. Why? Because I do the shit that I said I'm going to do. It's not even about the task. It's creating the level of conviction because of the task. It is a byproduct of taking the action. I know this is a rant, but this is what it is. I need to get up and get it done 100%. Honestly, Jess, I'm going to shoot you a follow. Oh, no, we're already friends. But I hope that helps. If you need any other clarification, shoot me a message. I'd be happy to do that. Let's see. Let's see if you do sales for a living. Yes, I technically do, but I love the TikTok haters. Is so funny. Do you know where MedPig? I don't know what that is, but that is it. That is all I have for today, guys. I have a call that's coming up in a couple minutes here that I need to prepare for. So I appreciate you guys. Have the best day of your entire lives, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. You could check out these audio replays in the link on my Instagram. Just hit the link in my bio on my Instagram. That's at SALFITTORIO. That is my Instagram handle. If you go to the link in my bio, you could find these episodes recorded as podcasts. So appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.